forms used, based on the contract delivery model used, based on the risk sharing, based on the environment group. So different categories, about 27 different types of contracts are there. You will come across when we get into the field. And this is this structural engineering is one of the very promising field, I can say, but you should have a deep inclination for learning and mathematics. And tendering and contract management. So I already started with the tendering and contract management. As much as 27 contract types are there. And this particular branch of civil engineering is for people with cool mind, because this has a lot of arbitrations, cases will go, disputes will arise, and the recent trend in this is the alternate dispute resolution. Earlier, if there is any dispute between the client and contractor, they will go to the court. Now, there are arbitration laws available, international arbitration laws are there. There are contract delivery models which inbuilt the dispute adjudication board is there in FITIC contracts. Have you ever come across FITIC?
No.
What is it?
They are not aware of.
We are aware, sir.
FITIC is one international consortium of engineering associations. That is. So they have found over a period of time, they have understood what went wrong in all contracts, what generally goes in wrong. So they have formed a contract form itself that includes all clauses of this kind of disputes. And if you form that, if you follow the FITIC form, and all these guidelines will be applicable to you. And then FITIC comes with a tender package. If you buy on your project, it comes with a barcode. And your project name is there in the barcode, and then you can print the document only 10 times. It comes a encrypted PDF file. You can print it only 10 times, not more than that. Which means for every project, this is unique for every project. They form the legal conditions of contract and particular conditions of contract. So this document, when you pay for the FITIC, and your project will become a FITIC contract. And FITIC is internationally recognized way of resolving dispute among the contract, between the contractors and the clients, consultants, third party also. So one with a cool mind can choose this kind of profession. This is also visioning the profit and loss path of a company from the beginning itself. Choosing the project, selection of a project, whether to select this project or not. There are risks in taking the project. At a senior level, you will be advising your contractor, your bosses, whether to go for this project or not. Once you read the tender document, you will come to know what are the risks associated with it, and then you will work out a zero costing. You have come across the word zero costing? No, I'm sure. Zero costing is the amount that it takes for any contractor without profit. This includes taxes, duties, your undercut, under the table, on the table, across the table, all that is included in that. There are some amounts they have to pay for fees to the government body legally and illegally. All this covered, and they work out a cost. Companies like L&T, Shakundi, they do this zero costing first. And then if the zero costing is not comfortable, then they will not go for this project. So this is one area where you can excel. There are so many available in that, but I am trying to take a few common things and then trying to convey you with my background. From my viewpoint, I'm trying to tell you this. And this drafting and detailing. This is another area. This is a little comfortable, more theoretical. It's an extension of your course, you can say. It's more theoretical. And then the shop drawings preparation. There are agencies, even in Bangalore, there are agencies. They do only from the good for construction drawing. They will develop and detail further for the shop drawing development, and then detail the quantity surveyor. Detailed quantity surveyor will use this drawing for detailed quantity surveying. For shopping list. Why this drawing is called a shop drawing? Ever heard of it? How many types of drawings are there? GFC, good for construction, right?
Yes.
Then shop drawings are there. Why the shop drawing is called a shop drawing? What do you think is the difference between the GFC and the shop drawing? No idea? Nobody is searching the Google under the desk? Okay. So shop drawing is called a shop drawing because you should be able to generate the shopping list out of it. Shopping list means procurement order. You have to procure the material from the market. The contractor should be able to procure the material. The GFC will give only the intent of the designer. And when you detail out where the elbow will come, where the T-junction will come, the GFC will not show you the T-junctions, couplers, all that. If the pipe length is more than 20 meters, 6 meters, 6 meter is the maximum pipe length available here, 20 feet. So if 8 meter pipe, in the GFC drawing nothing will be shown. There will be two parallel lines, they will show this as a pipe. But shop drawing, if the contractor just copies, this only will come. But after 6 meter, you should show a coupler in the drawing. And that is the difference between the GFC and the shop drawing. Shop drawing will tell you the shopping list. What and all required for this pipeline, how many couplers required. After 6 meter, if the shop drawing is not showing a coupler, this is not the shop drawing, it's just a copy of GFC drawing. You should be able to procure the material from the market. The contractor should be able to procure a material from the market with the shop drawing. And the as-built drawing includes. And moreover, before we go further, one more interesting question. Why a tender is called a tender? Anyone knows? Tender document, you come placing tender, floating a tender, you come across the particulars and all. Why a tender is called a tender?
To choose which one is the
No, not so there is a tender exact change, like that with the bus and all it is written. So is it any relationship? Let me tell you. See this tender coconut you heard?
Yes, yes, sir.
Why is it called a tender coconut?
It is ready to have.
Ready to?
Have.
No. It's one stage before it becomes coconut. Okay? That's why it is called a tender coconut. Young coconut. One stage before it becomes a coconut. That is why it's called tender coconut. The tender is an offer. One stage, when it is accepted by the owner, it becomes a contract. So similarly, one stage before the contract is called a tender. That is why the tender document is called to be a tender, just because of this reason. These are some interesting facts about civil engineering which will make you think. Education is not only just knowing the facts. This is what your college has done to you. And mere knowing the fact is not education. For that, Google is already there. You can anytime do it from your home. Education is actually training your mind to think. So when you think, you will come across this kind of interesting facts. When you visit my LinkedIn page, you may probably find another interesting story. Why we test concrete on
I
28.
have shared your LinkedIn, this thing in our WhatsApp group.
Why we test concrete on 28th day? Why not on 27th day or on 30th day, 29th day? Why? What is the significance? Keep thinking, and you go my LinkedIn page and you can see why we are testing concrete on 28th day. Because IS 456 says we are testing concrete on 28th day. IS 456 says. Why IS 456 says like that? Not only IS 456, even CP 110 also says that. British codes or all of the saying that we test concrete on 28th day. Keep thinking, and then later. So this drafting is now gaining importance. There are agencies in India and even in Bangalore. There are many agencies specialized only in preparing the drafting, detailing, and all. So the other development in this area is nowadays the client engages only the concept designer. When you go with the lump sum turnkey model, it is the contractor who details out on a lump sum turnkey model, and the contractor engages this kind of companies. In case if you start your own company, you can become one of these. Once you become a little conversant with this, you can start your company. You can be attached to a contractor. He can hire you only for detailed engineering, because one contractor cannot have all the competencies under his umbrella only. This is one area. And material management. This is never thought about how a civil engineer becomes a material management engineer. Any idea? No. So the material from the manufacturer, it is marketed. From sourcing the material until it comes and it goes to the field, applied onto the site, till such time something is happening. And not something, a lot of things are happening. Sourcing the material, handling the material, storing the material, transporting the material, and then different modes of transport. Some are importing, some are exported from picking. And then if you are working in two different countries, the same company source material from the parent country and then you export to that country. Then the person there has to import it. What civil engineer has to do with this? Each material comes with the different characteristics, and then once the material comes to site, the QA/QC person goes and says that this is not the material, and what will happen? All this effort done by the company and an individual goes waste. So at every stage, engineer's presence and his concurrence is essential. Before, if any material comes into site, this again go back to number one, on-site construction. This one of these engineers, he may be QA/QC, he may be a field engineer or a material engineer. So companies like L&T have a material engineer, a farm work engineer, curing engineer. There is a profession called curing engineer in big companies. Heard of it? Only curing. He will know only curing. Curing doesn't mean only that pouring water. There are different types of curing is there. Spraying, you have to spray a sealant. There are various types of curing. So he is in charge of all that. These I come next slide. I will come to that.
Steam curing, chemical curing.
Coatings are there, steam curings are there. So that I will come later for that. In SABIC, we have a profession called vibration engineer. What is that? Keeping the vibrator like this? No. When once any rotating equipment is installed, like our ECG, he comes with the stethoscope and he has some sensors attached to the laptop, and he takes the vibration signature of the any rotating equipment and he registers it. Vibration signature of every equipment is registered in the laptop in a software, and then every month he will come and take the vibration signature and overlap with the original vibration signature. And if any of this rotating motor or pump is going to be out of order in 1 month down the line or 2 months down the line, today he will tell this machine should go for a bolt change or bearing change or shaft wear out change. So he can identify today. It is like same like our ECG. So there are different emerging professions are coming out. So this is one among that. This material management is one among that. And to your surprise, there are international certifications in material management. And Indian Institution of Material Management is also there. They are conducting some courses. So if you want to specialize in material management, and this has one who has the inclination to know about law, taxation, and import-export. If you have some kind of acumen towards that, you can choose this kind of profession, material management. Bill now becomes a great subject. And one day, when I was graduated, this word itself is not there. This word itself is not there in all we know is only the maintenance engineer and this that. This came when I graduated, and when I started working as a site engineer, my electrical engineering friends went to computer department, and sometimes they were working from home. I thought, why civil engineers cannot work from home? No, we cannot work from home. The software can be done from home. We cannot build pour concrete from home, and that I was thinking. So my dream has come true now. In Sweden, they had, civil engineers are working from home. You may be wondering, it's happening now because of this BIM. Because they have sensor in farm work, and that is connected to the satellite, and they are seeing from the home and say that this sensor, this particular beam is not aligned. They say, if construction industry is so matured, then this is what we can have. We can work from home. And in UK nowadays, the contractor gives the client not piles of shop drawing to review. He is giving the BIM loaded tab, and he can enlarge it, rotate it. The BIM model, the software, he is seeing it, rotating it, and he can make some changes. He can comment on it. Everything is digitally registered, and then the other people can see it real time. When I make the change, immediately the other person can see, and then they can register their comments. And so it is all this because of BIM. This is very, 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 very promising field, I can tell you. And there are two things important in it: LOD and DOD. Level of development and depth of development. Level of development is about 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 also is there. LOD 100 is only the concept drawing. 200 is only the schematic drawing. 300 is up to GFC drawing. 400 is the shop drawing. And 500 is as-built drawing, which the maintenance team is going to use it. Which means this tube light, in the CAD drawing, this tube light will be shown as a subject with a number, code number. If this is not functioning, from that only you will come to know this is right, this is working or not, and if it is not working, where to source. And all the lighting companies, they would have already online tendering into their online quotation they submit, and then the machine will select which tenderer is lowest, and then this will go to his credibility history. There are earlier occasions this particular supplier has defaulted or delayed, or he has supplied a defective product, and based on that, it will direct the procurement person, it will advise the procurement person to place the work order to him. When he presses the button and the work order is generated and goes to the tube light supplier. It is possible to this extent, it's happening in the world. So that is why the LOD, the level of development, is important in BIM. And there is something called the depth of development. Depth of development is as a 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D. Up to 6D we have gone. 3D is what length, breadth and depth. 4D is time. When we include schedule into the BIM modeling, time is included. Fourth dimension is included. Fifth dimension, 5D. What about time? Then what is more important?
Space.
Cost. So 5D is cost loaded. If you load your cost into construction of that, and what I'm talking about the speeder one, it is a 6D schedule, 6D model. 6D model means even the sustainability factor is also inbuilt into BIM modeling, and that is why the moment the work is done, the BIM coordinator or BIM cost engineer can know how much work is done at site. No need to wait until the measurement cut-off date. Online, real time, you can know once the concrete is placed and the quality engineer signs off on the iPad, and then you come to know that this is the amount of work done at site. So this extent the engineering is. So imagine where are we and where the outside world, and how much potential we have to grow. Never think about the jobs are less and unemployability. Unemployability is the concern than unemployment. It is not the question of unemployment. It is the question of unemployability. So BIM alone gives about 17 types of professions in it. And today only BIM modeler is there, BIM developer is there, BIM coordinator is there. Only 3 roles are known to Indian market. But as much as 17 roles are there in BIM outside India. So without this is going to be one of the future field. If you want to future-proof your profession, you should know the fundamentals of BIM at least. You don't have to be an expert in anything. And I want to give another curve. Am I on time?
Yes,
Or
sir.
You feel very bored?
No.
So, let me see whether you understand this.
Jayant also. Yeah, fair.
Can you recognize what it is?
Spot graph.
Can you relate something? Imagine something, relate something.
This is work and cost.
No. This is where managerial skill. This is where technical skill. You cannot escape this from your life. In your life, you cannot escape this. See, this is the percentage, and this is the number of years of experience you have. Your technical skill, application of technical skill, not the presence of technical skill. People have different percentages. This is the application of your technical skill. When you have a zero experience, you will apply your technical skill to the maximum. Only technical skill only you will apply the first few years. And as you grow further, senior, your application of technical skill will keep on reducing, but you see this will never become zero. It will be constant at a minimum level. Unless you have a different profession called R&D. For R&D people, this curve will be similar, but it will be something like this. Not completely flat. As even any scientist goes in the R&D in structural engineering, if you do research and development, then also you will have some amount of reduction as you grow. But this will be like this. If you are a research and technology, whatever it is, when you are at less experience, zero experience, you will not be applying any managerial skills. But as you go further, you will apply your 100% of your managerial skill. But backed with some minimum percentage of technical skill. When you reach this stage, and this will become your common sense. So this technical skill will not become zero. Out of this graph, is this interesting?
Yes.
DIM and then specialized services. What is specialized services? What are the avenues for that? See, earlier the building materials and then the building form we used were different. What we were using: wood, stone, bricks, clay, lime, and so much of concrete. So much of concrete only we have been using. So you know, next to water, concrete is the material which is used most in the world. Next to water, any material is used, that is concrete. Surprising?
Yes.
Second largest material used in the world is concrete, next to water, and probably air and water, I can say. So now, as because of the technology improvement and the architects' creativity, lot of materials come into practice. Particularly, the effect of glass on building is increasingly popular and increasingly challenging also in countries like Saudi Arabia and India because of the relative heat gain inside the building and the cost associated to bring down the temperature inside the building. This is one promising field, the structural glazing industry. A lot of civil engineers are engaged in that field. Waterproofing we take, and seismic strengthening. some buildings are constructed in zone 4, 5, 3, 4, and then suddenly because of the recent incidents, the zone is reclassified 3, 2 and all. So which means naturally the buildings constructed in a lower zone have to be upgraded and seismically strengthened. For this seismic strengthening, contractors are there, designers are there in India. Mr. Milind is one such consultant known across India. Like this, these are certainly interesting but very important specialized areas are there. Structural glazing is one, waterproofing is one, and the seismic strengthening is one, and then the rebars. Nowadays we are using different materials for rebars also. You know that, a lot of that, different kind of steels are there, and carbon fibers are being used. And SABIC is conducting research to use plastic rods in construction. Because plastic, it takes more than 100, 500 years to destroy it. The longest life, it will not get corroded at all. For all underwater concreting, SABIC is conducting a research. In Bangalore, this research is happening. Trying to use plastic. Already started manufacturing of AC duct. AC duct was earlier metal. And only in the laboratories for corrosive nature, we have been using polypropylene duct, plastic duct. Now SABIC has already come up with a plastic duct itself, PP ducting. That doesn't need any insulation. So your duct erection time is just like that. You can do it. No need of insulating. It is all self-insulated plastic ducts are coming for air conditioning. It's going to come, but Indian market is still not available. So like this, new technologies are coming, which gives way for new professions like this. Glazing here, and then the shuttering material, formwork. Here it is still called shuttering. I am a content developer advisor for Aspiring Mind. They are training carpenters, shuttering carpenters, and they are recruited for Saudi Arabia, and so they requested me for validate their content. But I find surprisingly like how your engineering course is outdated. Their course material is also outdated. They are still talking about mallets and then the keyhole saw, all that. Now, obsolete things are there in their syllabus. They are asking about old style shuttering carpenter. They say the word shuttering itself is disappearing from the construction industry. It is no longer called shuttering. Shuttering, it is called shuttering because the carpenter used to choose the wood, the type of wood, wooden planks, castorina props and all. Now it is no longer used. Even if you go to small towns, you see that plastic coated plywoods they are using it. And for that, the only cutting tool is the circular saw, hand saw, machine. Only they are cutting with machines. Still, some courses are still using the old things. So this the formwork material that also come into plastic. You can see in the internet. See, whatever I am telling is not, I have not identified on my own or something. Everything is available in the Google, everything is available in the internet, free of cost. You have to spend time. And what I am trying to do is to explain to you from my point of view, backed by my experience. So these are the avenues. There is another classifications which you may not have come across. The project management. Why I have put project management at the last? Any idea? Project management is little complicated, more challenging, and it needs the blend of whatever I explained to you.
It includes all.
It includes all and even more.
No omissions.
No omissions. It includes all and even more. Sometimes the client, what do you think? If the client comes and asks you about the structural stability of this chair, he wanted a structural calculation for that. The workstations for the computer engineers to sit, for software engineers to sit. Suddenly one client came up with I want the stability calculations. What to do? We went back, the manufacturer in USA, steel case, and then he went to his Singapore design office, and then he produced some design, and then the design came with all Singapore standards, and the client says, what? He says, okay. What he understood from the Singapore standards, even we have not seen Singapore standards, but the client says, okay. Can we ask the client why the hell you asked this? You don't know what is Singapore standards, but still you wanted it. No, you wanted a third party to confirm it. So this project management is that challenging. You cannot imagine when I was doing minus 3 basements and then 13 floors. This building, and then after 1 year of starting construction, we are still under the ground. Nothing is seen above the ground. Everything is drilled. 30-meter pipe, drilling 1,900 pipes. And suddenly the client lost his cool and asked, "Sivaraman, why are we wasting time? Nothing is seen above the ground. 3 months now, nothing is coming out." So things are happening, but things are happening under the ground. You see the drawing and all. He is unable. He is a chartered accountant. He is unable to understand what I am talking. He is asking me a question. Why don't we start constructing from ground floor up, and then you do all your piling, foundation, all that from ground floor down? This question was asked to me, and he stopped my payment for answering this, not answering this online immediately. Then I had went to the Singapore consultant, structural consultant from Singapore, and then we made a presentation. This is possible, and this is the cost. Because we know chartered accountants are concerned about cost, and clients, when you say cost, and then he will come down. What can control him? We cannot control him, and then we choose the tool, what can control him. So we told this is possible to construct ground up. There is a construction technology, you know, that always the construction will happen at the ground level. You construct the topmost floor, terrace floor first. You construct the terrace floor, jack, and then below the terrace floor, jack, and the ground floor is the last thing to construct, and release the jack. It is possible, and it is being done in Japan. Up to 40 floors they have constructed, which means they designed the jacks which can lift the weight of the building of 40 floors. Then we had to make a big presentation from Singapore. Then we presented to the client, and this is the cost will happen for 13 floors in India. Then he kept quiet. So this is the challenge. I have given you some glimpses about how complex is the world of project management. This project management has endless opportunities. Endless means endless. This BIM and project management. You go and read PMI websites, and you would have already attended some PMI sessions. And they have given a projection of how much project management professional requirement in the future in the 2050, how it goes, in the world how it goes. Because the project management is, the construction industry is becoming more and more challenging and demanding every day, it becomes more complex. And that requires the project management methodologies, approaches to resolve them in an amicable manner and in a practical manner also.